Noche, 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 alegría. Noche que parió la Virgen María. Noche que parió la Virgen María.
Levántate una vez, apúrate capitán. Levántate una vez, apúrate capitán. Apúrate capitán, y cantemos a la una. Apúrate capitán, y cantemos a la una.
Que mucho cantar, a mí me parece que mucho cantar. Para en las barracas, para reposar, para el voce, para reposar.
Levántate una vez, apúrate capitán. Levántate una vez, apúrate capitán. Apúrate capitán, y cantemos a la una. Apúrate capitán, y cantemos a la una.
This Sunday, on episode 46 of Eye on Dependency, where every life is a biography.
In honor of International Men's Day, we're shining a light on the struggles and triumphs of men who faced incarceration. How do they reintegrate into society? What challenges do they encounter? And how are they overcoming stigma to rebuild their lives and contribute to their families and communities? We'll hear from 3 men with personal stories of resilience and growth. Plus, we welcome representatives from the Gender and Child Affairs Division who'll share how they're creating safe spaces for men.
Was not a, no, me. No, say me was not a, no, me, no, was not a, no, me, no, say me was not a, no, me, no, me was not a, no, me, no, say me was not a, no, me, no, was not a, no, me, no, say me was not a, no, me, no, me was not born as a criminal, me was not born as a J. Me was not born with no clock in me, I know automatic, nah, no semi. Me was not born as a criminal. Me was not born as a J. Me was not born with no clock in me, I know automatic, nah, no semi. Over the years, this youth man built it. For all of them man who claim say them great. Have a pocket full of money, but now watch the youth state. Control my mind, decide me fate. But as time passes and my heart get bitter, start to smoke weed and start to drink liquor. Gun in my pocket, look the youth get sicker. Start think less and me start move quicker. Say me was not a, no, me, no. Say me was not a, no, me, no. Was not a, no, me, no. Say me was not a, no, me, no. Me was not born as a criminal. Me was not born as a J. Me was not born with no clock in me, I know automatic, nah, no semi. Me was not born as a criminal. Me was not born as a J. Me was not born with no clock in me, I know automatic, nah, no semi. School years was the best, but it was cut short. Every weekend at the station, every month in the court. 4 pound brick of weed, girls of every sort. The money disappear, never see what it bought. And just another episode in a place where them leave you to rot. 4 years, 2 years, cell blocks. Jail seems soft when the street like rock. What to do when the system corrupts? Not born as a criminal. Me was not born as a J. Me was not born with no clock in me. I know automatic, nah, no semi. Me was not born as a criminal. Me was not born as a J. Me was not born with no clock in me. I know automatic, nah, no semi. Say me was not a, no, me, no. Say me was not a, no, me, no. Was not a, no, me, no. Say me was not a, no, me, no.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and welcome to Dependency, right here on I-95.5 FM, live on the Dependency Facebook page and YouTube channel. Morning, Natasha. Morning, Natasha.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome to Dependency on this bright and sunny Sunday morning. Please make sure to like the live on Facebook and YouTube. It really does help us keep us on the air. And of course, good morning to you if you're listening on I-95.5 FM.
Yes, folks. So this morning, we have, as usual, very important information, very important life lessons in studio with us here. We have to double up this morning because we also have a couple of officials from the Office of the Prime Minister here with us this morning. Gender Affairs Ministry, Sir.
Gender and Child Affairs, Office of the Prime Minister.
Office of the Prime Minister, to listen and also tell us how they view what they heard this morning with these three gentlemen. We have Oba Roberts, Sydney Friday, and Nicholas Khan. Now, some of you may have heard these names before, but to bring it into context, Mr. Roberts spent 5 years in prison, Mr. Friday, 4 years, and Mr. Khan, 15 years. What we're talking about here is it relates to families out there as well. The challenges that men face in reintegrating. Now, I attended a men's forum put on by the Office of the Prime Minister, and one of that was the contribution that I made, that we never really consider people leaving prison who want to their desire is not to go back to the life, but to change their life and go in a new direction. I listen to especially one particular caller to this radio station that feel people who go to prison must just be on ball and chain and busting concrete, and when they come out here, they must walk length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago with a Bible. Mm-hmm. And there must be no forgiveness for them. And it's sad. It's sad listening to the individual because he's a regular caller to this radio station, regular voice, but he's not alone in this regard. Mm-hmm. There are a number of people who thinks that once you enter those gates, you're damaged goods for the rest of your life.
Absolutely. And in light of the fact that we are commemorating International Men's Day this week, coming on the 19th of November, it is strange, as you mentioned, Garth, that men who make up the bulk of the prison population, not just in Trinidad and Tobago, but across the world, are treated with such scant courtesy
and disdain,
for lack of a better term, by men.
Yeah.
And are not afforded the kind of ability to regroup, reintegrate, rebuild their lives and their families and their communities. That they are not afforded that opportunity to do that, and oftentimes they return to prison in that vicious cycle that we call recidivism, right? So in light of that, in light of the fact that men's issues are becoming more and more prominent and understood, we would like to expose some of the issues and the challenges that men face who have been incarcerated, and see how we can come up with solutions. And Garth, you just mentioned one, as in a policy
Yes.
that will afford men coming out of prison, and any men and women, as a matter of fact, with the opportunities that they so need to develop themselves, not just in the prison, but when they return to society.
And Nicholas Khan had broken that glass ceiling somewhat, because you would have heard his name featured in a TV6 news report about COSTAT, so he will tell us about that. Nicholas Khan learned to read in prison. Am I right, Nicholas?
Correct.
Yeah, Nicholas Khan learned to read in prison, and he didn't let that keep him back. He's now an author as well, and he has a ongoing program with COSTAT. How did he do it? He will tell us. Let's start with Roberts. Morning.
Yeah, morning.
Morning, Sid. Put the microphone closer to you.
Morning.
Morning. So, Roberts, you spent 5 years in prison.
Yes, I did.
You mind telling us for what?
Assault.
Assault. What was it like for you leaving prison and reintegrating?
Well, I left prison with a catalog of certificates because I applied myself during my stint there, with high hopes and expectations upon reintegration.
So why? Right, that's a good point. Let me just stop you a bit. Stick a pin. So, when you went to prison, did you have any passes at all?
No.
None.
I was expelled
From which school?
Eldorado Secondary. I was expelled from Eldorado Secondary in 2005 in Form 4.
In Form 4?
Form 4 level, yeah.
Right. So you were expelled, and what happened after expulsion?
I took to the streets to make a living for myself. Father passed when I was 12. Mother had it hard. Yeah, she wasn't able to do it on her own, so.
How many children?
She had 3.
Right.
I'm the youngest of the 3.
What happened to the other 2?
My sister passed away during COVID, and my brother, well, he's a police officer.
Okay.
Yeah, he's 52.
Right. So you entered prison with no subjects at all?
No subjects.
What made you apply yourself in prison? Because while you were going to school, you couldn't get subjects. And just Friday, and I'll tell you all about that too, Senator Hazel Thompson, I had a 3-day conference at the Hilton, and that was the contribution I made, the pipeline to prison, from school to prison.
Yeah.
Right, it's a real thing. And I'll tell you all about that later. But you decided to apply yourself. What made you decide to do that?
Getting into trouble became boring.
That's interesting.
It was a waste of time because apart from getting into trouble on numerous occasions and
in prison?
Outside before, I must say I'm an intelligent young man.
Right.
Yeah, I could have always read, write, etc. I was on top of my classes, well, in the top 5. From primary school straight to secondary, but I believe just the death of my father is what caused the change. So when my father died, a lot of people who he had confrontations with, they decided they wanted to come at my mother, and so I had to live that life.
Where were you from originally?
I'm from Arima.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Arima. My father from Port of Spain. So it kind of, yeah.
So you spent any
parents kind of vibe, yeah.
You spent any time on remand?
Yeah, 7 months.
And then you were sentenced to 5 years.
Yeah, to serve 4 years. That was the maximum sentence at the time.
Right.
I just round it off to 5 because but 4 years and 7 months actually.
Understood.
Yeah.
But you decided to settle down, and the prison offered programs and opportunity for you to do studies.
Mr. Stewart, he acknowledged my potential, and he gave me a choice. So I either remain getting in trouble or tap into my potential and excel. He promised that when upon your release you would be equipped with enough certificates and etc.